Yo, what's good, people? It's your boy Killer Beezy, and today we are here with another video, man. So I just finished up a live stream, and a lot of people are saying it to me in the chat. Yo, dude, have you seen the rebalancing information and whatnot? And I was a bit like, what? No, I haven't seen no rebalancing information. Like, what's going on? So it seems like Kabam have some information from us here. So let's go through this and it's quite a lot. It's quite a lengthy. It's quite a lengthy read. So let me have a quick skim through, and then I will get back to you. Let me have a quick skim through, and then I'll kind of read the important parts. Right? Okay. Right. So to sum this up, right? So for those of you that haven't read this, Kabam are literally being very transparent, right? They're basically telling us that for the information regarding the rebalancing that we're going to look at in a second, they've done various amount of testing in various different parts of the game, and you know that's where they've tested all these champions and where they've made the decisions and whatnot to obviously rebalance them. So which is good. They've never really given us that information, so that's quite good. They've also announced that when they are, for anyone that's got Cull Obsidian or Namor for the rebalancing that's occurring to those two champions, they are going to be refunding all resources within a certain window. So if for anyone that's got Namor or Cull Obsidian and you guys are going to be trading in, let's say, your Namor to get your resources back or your Cull Obsidian to get your resources back, you've got to make sure you do it within the window. If you do it before, you do it after, you're not going to get any of your resources back. So that's very important, and that's one massive thing I'd say, because it can't be easy given awakening gems and stuff like that. But the fact that Kabam has acknowledged that, and they found a way to try and make it work to give those resources back to the community, even though some would say, and I'm one of them, some would say that obviously, you know, there's a lot of awakening gems and stuff that people have lost prior because this hasn't been done previously. But the fact that they've acknowledged that it's something that the community have requested and they are implementing it for this change is really good. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's good. And then it just gives you kind of like a timeline. Like I said, it gives you the timeline of the window where you need to sell them, when the changes are going to go live, when you can test them all. So yeah, man, it's definitely worth having a read. It's definitely worth having a read. But for now, let's go in and let's take a look at everybody's information. So Invisible Woman rebalancing it. Okay, I didn't read. There was no mention at the top about Invisible Woman, right? Yeah, there's no mention. Balance changes for Annihilus, Human Torch, Ebony Maw, Cull Obsidian, and Namor. Okay, so Invisible Woman. Okay, right. So let's look at Annihilus first of all. Right. So Defender detail. So hold on. I'm just trying to look to see if they've broken it down. If you have not read, or read this post first. Don't really. To be honest with you, I just want to see the difference. You want to. The actual changes. So we're just gonna look at the actual. Let's look at the intention of the changes and then the actual changes, right? So that's gonna be the information that I'm very interested in. So that's what we'll look at for all the champions, right? So for Annihilus, the intention of his changes are to increase his attacker potency without affecting his win rate on defense. Okay, fair enough. That's very understandable, right? Because you want to make him more effective as an attacker, so we would use him in quests and for attack, but at the same time you don't want to make him such a decent attacker that it makes it a lot harder to take him down as a defender. So that makes sense. Right, give Annihilus more time to capitalize on his furies he creates from his special 2. Okay, fair enough. So we might be looking at an increase in time of his furies. A single special attack from the opponent would waste almost half of the duration. Annihilus's playstyle is very aggressive and would often leave his opponents with lots of power. Okay, fair enough. Okay, cool. Right, so the actual changes. Increase the duration of the fury he converts from his special 2 from 12 seconds to 18 seconds. Nice, okay, cool. I've added the timer icon to display how long the special one pauses stifles on the opponent. Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was expecting to read a bit more about the actual changes to Annihilus, but we don't know how much a difference that is going to be, because one thing I've noticed with different champions in this game, there's different ways to play them and a different combination of things to do with them to make them hit a lot harder. So, you know, it's going to be uncertain as to whether, because the special 2 has a longer fury, whether it gives you enough time to build your special attack back up, and therefore if you can launch another special while the fury is still active, that's going to make him hit a lot harder. You know, we don't know, so you know, it's going to be interesting to see that. So I won't judge it until we've actually seen the actual changes in game. But okay, so that is Annihilus done. So Human Torch, this is the main one I'm excited for. Right, so again, we're going to be looking at the main to the intention of the changes. And okay, where's the intention? Hold on, give me 1 sec. Right, objective of changes. Right, so would like to prove his performance in less than ideal matchups. Okay, so in every other matchup other than Mystic, sorry. Still want him to exist on either side of the damage baseline depending on the player's abilities to skillfully play as Human Torch. Yeah, I picked the correct matchup. Yep, I agree with that. Want to narrow the gap between his best and worst fights. Okay, cool. Right, so what are the actual changes to Human Torch? Okay, changes. The rate at which temperature increases while charging heavy is increased by 25%. Yes! Yes, I like that. Okay, this may seem like a small change, but he can now go from 0 to 20 temperature in approximately 2 seconds, which means he can reach max temperature from both a parry and from his SP2. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Okay. Additionally, because temperature does not fall off for a few seconds when he reaches 20 max, being able to easily reach max temperature has compounded effect on how much time he spends. Okay, that's fair enough. So what they're basically saying is, now at this current point in time, before this change, when you reach your maximum temperature, you have a timer, and the timer allows you to stay at your max temperature for quite a while. But because you're going to be able to get to your max temperature a lot easier now, it doesn't make sense to still be able to maintain it for the same long amount of period of time. So it makes sense to reduce the amount of time that you can spend in max temperature, but you can get to max temperature a lot more easier now. So that makes sense. It makes sense. I like that. I like that. I definitely like that. I definitely like that. Okay, cool. So I'm liking Human Torch's one. I'm liking Human Torch's one. I mean, I'm a bit disappointed that we're not going to see much of a change in his SIG ability, but it's all good. I like it. Right, okay, so we're looking at Ebony Maw now. Right, so, oh, he looks like he's got a lot of things going on. Okay, this looks interesting. Ebony Maw's performance, so the objective of the changes, Ebony Maw's performance on both attack and defense do not fulfill the minimum baseline requirements for a well-balanced champion, and ranks worse in many ways in comparison to champions on the roadmap to be buffed. Maw needs to be brought up to a fit line to fit in line within our baseline. So the changes, right? Persistent charge. Change persistent charge mechanic to stack up to 20 from 6. Wow, okay. Okay, PV charges gained from completing all missions increase to 5 from 1. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay, nice. Okay, cool. Ramping value. Persuasion timer reduced to 0.5 from 0.7. Potency of Black Tongue up to 40% from 30%. Deterioration passive timer decreased from 2 seconds from 6. Damage output. Degeneration effect changed to modify attack from base attack. Degeneration damage increased to 0.3 attack from 0.2 attack. Signature ability changed to a percentage increase rather than flat amount to increase overall damage potential. Nice. These changes are not intended to push Ebony Maw to the top of our damage per second charts, but rather to give him some offensive usage and increase his damage to a baseline level. This will also enhance his defensive viability and hopefully encourage players to respect them more on defense, since his falter mechanic will come into play much more frequently if they don't follow his rules. Yeah, that's very true. Additionally, with the boost to damage, Ebony Maw will be much more dangerous on attack enhancing nodes across all modes. Hey, these changes will allow Ebony Maw to ramp up throughout a quest much quicker and give him and have him deal a lot more damage in the fights he is suited for. Nice. Additionally, we expect to see his win rates rise to a respectable level in Alliance War defense and other modes where players encounter him. Nice. Okay. Ebony Maw seems like he's got a lot going on. He's got a lot going on, man. A lot going on. Alright, let's go next. Let's go to Invisible Woman. Because I quite like Invisible Woman. So I quite think she's a really good champion for those that are skilled. I don't think I'm skilled enough for Invisible Woman to suit my style of gameplay. The only thing I would say that would be nice if they changed is if they kind of made it easier to ramp her up. Because I feel like it's a lot of work for fairly okay, decent damage. You know, if it was less work. But let's see anyway. Let's see what they say here. Right. Oh, so they're not changing it. Oh, okay. Invisible Woman is one of the champions we decided to leave unchanged. Okay, well, I don't even need to read this then. I don't even need to read this. This time we have no plan to change her. We're going to wait and see. Okay. I guess. Let's see what the conclusions are though. Her damage is lower than average. Possible causes of this are that her baseline stats are too low and that she has a higher than average skill. Yeah, that is very true. Damage mitigation is good in some nodes, but not in others. That's very true. She's performing very well as a defender. We will wait to see the effect that Mr. Fantastic and his synergies have on her performance. Okay, cool. But again, that basically means that she's gonna require synergy. Gonna require a synergy to be good. If that by what they're saying, if there's an improvement from synergy from the Mr. Fantastic. Okay, so looking at this, let's look at so the objective for the Cull Obsidian is reduce his fully ramp up DPS but maintain all as if as a if not the top damage dealer in content fights where he excels, but force a ramped up Cull to respect matchups he's not appropriate for. Okay, cool. Do not increase his block proficiency, but increase that DPS at 0 PV so he ends early fights faster. Introduce a feeling of burst and lull to the Cull's DPS output. Yeah, I'm not really liking the sound of this so far. Okay, changes. Armor break. Going from 1,400 to 1,130.7. Duration is going from 10 seconds, 14 seconds, and then the chance is 50%, 75%. Okay. Thanos favors bonuses from 15% to 5%. Duration and ability accuracy per charge. Big Fury duration from 4 seconds and the modifier 4,549 to 4,000. These changes should somewhat shorten the DPS gap between him and everyone else once he's fully ramped up, while still allowing him to remain a top attacker and even increase his DPS in early fights before charges. You know what? I don't want to judge things too early, man. I don't want to judge things too early. I feel like whenever I read anything to do with a nerf, I automatically think the worst. So, you know, he was a really good champion, so I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, you know, those changes are going to be making really bad. I don't think it'll be useful. Just like I still think She-Hulk is useful after her ability rebalancing or what. But okay, let's look at, so the last one is Namor. Let's look at Namor. Right, objective of changes. We will be aiming to slow down the rate in which he activates Imperious Rex, okay? We will be lowering his regeneration. The intention with the regen was to allow him to fight back against recoil and suicide masteries, but it's potent enough that he gains more health than he loses. We will not be touching Namor's sig ability. That is a key part of why Namor was sought after by our players and a unique point for the champion. Well done, Kabam. In fights where his opponent is bleed immune, Namor should just be as potent as before. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's look at what the actual changes were. Right, changes. Medium attacks chance to inflict bleed increase from 30 to 60%. Okay, nice. Regeneration on special activate decrease from 6% of missing health to 3%. Okay, cool, fair enough. Namor will still be able to do just as much damage as before, but will be slower getting to it. Okay, fair enough. To be honest with you, I don't think that's that bad. I know obviously people that have got him and ranked him up and whatnot, and that are used to playing him, and getting it done. But to be fair, like, I don't know. Like, for me, I don't necessarily see. All that this says to me is that, one, he's got more of a chance to inflict bleed on you, and two, that his regeneration is going to be less. I don't really see how he won't be able to do as much damage, because although I know it mentioned earlier that they wanted to you know, do something about the rate in which he gets to Imperious Rex, but it doesn't say anything about that in changes. Like you can see from this guy's comment as well, this retro guy, how will he be slower at getting it? The changes don't say anything about slowing down Imperious Rex. Exactly, I agree with that as well. So maybe obviously there is a plan for them to do that, but they just haven't put it down here in the actual changes part section. But yeah, overall, I don't, to be honest, if I'm being totally honest with you, I'm speaking from a perspective though of someone that doesn't have a Cull Obsidian or Namor, right? So I don't have Cull Obsidian or Namor, but Cull Obsidian is one of my favorite champs. I did use him in a content creator program. He is definitely one of my favorite champions to use, and I wouldn't straight away jump the gun and just be like, oh, you know, if I did have him ranked up fairly high, then I'm just gonna rank him down. I would definitely say that these champions need to be played with first. Once these changes kick in, these champions need to be played with and seen how it's affected them. I don't think Namor will be affected that much, to be fair. I think, you know, Namor will still definitely be worthy of a rank 5 as a 5-star. I don't really, if I had Namor and I was reading these changes, I wouldn't rank mine down. But you know, it all depends on, you know, some people will, just for the sheer principle of, you know, a champion's been touched and therefore they'd feel like they've been robbed and they want their resources back or whatnot. But you know, others might look at this and just be like, you know, I don't think the changes are that bad. You know, and still keep their champions at the rank that they have them at, man. But let me know you guys' thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think about the changes. Let me know if you have any one of these champions, if you've got a Cull Obsidian or you have a Namor. Let me know if what you guys' thoughts are so far, whether you're thinking to sort of rank down and get your resources back, or to just stick with what you have because you don't really mind the changes. Also, let me know if you're a fan of Ebony Maw or Human Torch and you guys are looking forward, or Annihilus and you guys are looking forward to the rebalancing, then also let me know in the comments below, man. But for now, it's been your boy Killer Beezy. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are not subscribed already, and I will see you guys in the next one, man. Take care, guys. Peace.